Hi Didi, this is one of the problems that you have. So here what you're looking for is the domain and the range of the composition function, which in this case you have g of f of x, which is right here, right? So for the domain, remember that the domain is all the possible input values and the range is all the possible output values. So for example, first of all the domains, right? Since the function is inside, what you're looking for g of f of 0. You're looking for g of f of 4. You're looking for g of f of 6, g of f of 8, and g of f of 9. Now, when I go back and I look at each one of those, I can see, let me see if I can point an arrow right here, that g of 0, right? So when you look at 0, the input is going to give you 8. So f of 0 equals to 8. So another way that you can write this, you can say that g, since remember that f of 0 equals to 8, I can simply just write g of 8. Now I'm going to do that for each one of the other problems. So I'm going to say, let me just go and say all of them are g's. And I want to evaluate each one of the inputs, so the possible domains. So I go back and I say, all right, what's f of 4? F of 4 equals to 6. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to put a 6 here. F of 6 is 5. My arrows are a little bit twisted there. So f of 6 equals to 5. F of 8 equals 5 also. And f of 9 equals 4. Now, since I've already evaluated this a little bit, now simply all I have to find out is I have to evaluate the function of g of 8. So for that one, to evaluate g of 8, I have to go to the g diagram. So if I look at this, right, I'm going to change color. So g of 8. So g of 8 is 1. So I'm just going to say g of 8 equals to 1. G of 6. G of 6 is also 1. G of 5. Now, do you see that G, there is no 5? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross this one off, and we're going to come back to it, okay? I'm going to say, okay, this one doesn't exist. G of 5 does not exist. I have another G of 5, which does not exist. And finally, I have G of 4. G of 4 does exist, and it equals to also 1. So now when we look at this, when we look at this right here, so this whole thing right here is the composition function. G of f of x. Now notice that the domain are all the possible inputs, and all the possible inputs are, let me see if I can change pencils. Alright, and we'll just do the same one. So all the possible values are, these are the inputs right here. So the possible input I have 0 gave me an output. 4 also gave me an output. 6 and 8 did not give me an output, so they are not part of the domain because the function does not exist at those 2 points. And 9 is also an input. So I'm going to go ahead and then I'm going to go to the range. The range is simply right here. So this was where we have the range. And all the possible output values, we notice that all of them are 1. So the range is simply 1. I hope this helps. Let me know, okay?